On the bench today is the all-new Ascent-32, Redcat Racing's newest micro-sized rock crawler. This looks just like a scaled-down version of its bigger brothers, the Ascent-18 and the 10-scale Ascent, and features a lot of the same components of those trucks, just in a much smaller package. Redcat has also teamed up with Endura to launch a line of accessories and upgrades for this that will be available at the time of release. So in part one of this video, we're going to go over the truck in all its details in stock form. And then in part two, we're going to install these upgrades and see what they make for a difference. Let's take a look at what comes in the box, this tiny little box. On the outside, we have the very familiar looking Ascent packaging. We got these bright colored graphics all around. It shows the 4 different colors that this comes in. So it's available in the gray, like what we have here, red, blue, and the pink. Inside the box, here's the truck. Our radio. We get some extra body posts, it looks like here. We get our LiPo charger, and you get a quick start guide. The radio this comes with, very basic radio here. We've got a 2.4 gigahertz, a 3-channel radio, small, very compact, matches the truck. The RTX 32, that's what this radio is. The charger that comes with this, just a basic USB wall charger. This does come with a 1S LiPo. It's got a 300 milliamp 1S battery in it. Let's take a look at the truck itself. It's so tiny. These things are so funny. Looks just like its big brothers. It's got the very same bodywork as the Ascent 18, the larger Ascent. So from a visual perspective, it's just like a scaled down version of those trucks. The proportions on it seem a bit off to me though. I don't know if the body feels a little bit too big. There's some overhang in the front. Could be the small wheels and tires compared to the body. I'm not sure, but aesthetically, the body and the appearance of it just look a little off to me. Truck sits on these plastic wheels. We have the same style tires that we get on the Ascent 18 on these wheels as well. These are not glued on, these are set on the wheel so you could pull them apart if you want. I'm just gonna make tire changing very easy here. They've got a good compound to them. They're nice and soft. I don't believe there's any type of insert in here, which we can check very easily. Nope, no insert in here. Minimalistic body here. We've got high clearance plastic bumpers front and rear. Just stickers for any details on the body here, windows, taillights, grille, that type of stuff. This shares the same clipless body mount as the bigger Ascents do. There's a knob that you turn in the back. I will say mine broke very early, so I'm utilizing a body pin here just to hold that on. But there would be a little post that you just turn and then open it up. It's on a hinge, and then you can also just slide it forward, remove the body just like that. Very, very simple design here. With the body off, take a look at this chassis here. Now, again, it looks very much like the Ascent 18, it's just a tiny version of it. We got metal chassis rails here, so we got a metal ladder style chassis. Battery is located way up in the front here. And I mentioned that 1S LiPo battery situated right on top of this tray here, which is interestingly is where it's a good hack to get some good forward weight bias on the larger Ascent. There's your tiny little battery there. Battery life on this I found to be really good. It ran for a good long time on that little battery. We've got the ESC, the 2-in-1 ESC and receiver combo situated behind the motor and transmission and located at an angle to, again, try to keep that weight down and in the middle of the chassis. Good sized brush motor in this. You see a big can here hanging out in the front attached to that little transmission right there in the center. Got some options for shock placement, front and rear. Flipping this over, we have a 4-link suspension setup, front and rear, slider style drive shafts with U-joint connections going out to these straight axles. We got a flat skid here. We got the boat sliders, again, just like its big brothers. Composite links, upper and lower. Same thing with the steering linkage. We do have a servo on axle up front. Suspension on this, it's running friction damped shocks, friction damped coilover shocks. Now the bounce on these, it gives it kind of a toyish feel in my opinion. I'd like to see some way to get a little better damping out of these shocks. Even a rig of this size, the bouncing is unsettling. We've got metal ball bearings throughout this truck. We do have plastic diff gears here. Inside the tiny transmission, there's also composite gear sets. The truck utilizes hex head hardware for the most part, which is very refreshing. You can get most of the work done on this truck with a 0.05 inch driver. The ESC is very similar sound to the larger Ascents. It has that kind of whiny screech to it. Slow crawl's not bad on it. The gearing feels tall. You can still get decent slow crawl out of it. On the bench, it's okay. When you put this up against an obstacle, which you'll see in the run footage, it makes it a little more challenging. You really got to get squeezing into the throttle before you get a lot of response out of it. It does have some wheel speed to it, much more than the SCX-30, but I really would like to see a lower ratio transmission, and I hope we get that as an upgrade in the future. Right, here we are comparing the new Ascent-32 against the SCX-30. Now, the SCX-30 that we have just got a brand new custom body on it, so this would be the Bronco version, but it gives you a sense of the overall size. So the first thing that I noticed right off the bat, the Redcat much wider than the Axial is. Significantly wider. It has bigger, more aggressive tires by a long shot as well. Wheelbase on the Redcat is slightly longer, probably about half an inch, maybe a little bit more as far as the wheelbase goes. The overall stance is just much taller and beefier on the Redcat here. That's what I talked about with the shocks. You really see that difference here. Friction damp shocks versus the grease filled shocks on the Axial. How about some size comparisons? Here we are against the Ascent-18. It looks just like it, much smaller. And here we are against 10 scale. And here we are against the 6 scale. On the setup table with this tiny little thing, let's do some side hill. It's 30, 40, 45. Starting to lift a bit. Oh, let's say, what about 48, 49? For the vertical, what I'm gonna have to do is turn it on and hold it with the throttle, because as you can see, it rolls very easy with the power off. All right, let's try the vertical here. You'll hear the whine because I'm trying to hold this in place with the throttle. 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Oh, it's almost 62, probably 61, 62, right around there on the vertical. And finally, the weight distribution. We've got 56% front, 44% rear, total weight of 146 grams. We are slightly biased to the right at 51%. Solid weight distribution on this thing out of the box. And with the mini Ascent, here we go. I brought 2 trucks with me, just for perspective. I brought the honcho out because I'm doing some stuff with that too. But look at this. That's hilarious. Out at the gravel pit, let's see what we can find to challenge this thing. Everything's going to challenge this thing, so we'll see how it does. Grateful for the wheel speed in open conditions like this. It's much faster than the SCX-30. Having that extra wheel speed here is nice because you can crank from obstacle to obstacle, and it's a lot more fun out in this wide open section. So I'm walking behind it right now. It's not far off of walking pace. I don't know if it translates on camera. You get some rattling from the body and the chassis. See that bounce in the shocks? You can hear the body kind of rattling around. It gives it kind of a toy-ish feel and look to it as well, you know, that bounce from the shocks in particular. Here we go. Wishing I had a little more slow crawl, some more power off the bottom end. This could so benefit from a lower gear ratio. I said that same thing about the big Ascent, the Ascent-18 rather. Same thing, it has the exact same feel. This is so fun though, because everything is challenging. Everything is a big obstacle. Like just this dirt pile here is a legit crawl for this. And it's so small, you know, like I could put it in my sweatshirt pocket and bring it out here. This, again, where that wheel speed's helping us here. It's like power up that hill. I did not expect 30th scale hobby grade RC crawlers. This completely was not on my radar. Yet here we are with our second model in a very short time span. And I'm really surprised at how fun this is. These are some gnarly rocks for this little thing. I'm getting through here pretty decent. Look at the little thing articulate. I'm hung up on the center diff there. Well, I want to push this thing. I don't want to go too hard because I don't want to break anything. I don't know what parts are available. It's going to be fun to see what this thing can do with the upgrades on it that we got from Endura already. That'll be part 2 of this video. We'll see how much we can improve it. Tires seem to do okay. Once I slow it down and let them grab, they do a good job. But you get that wheel speed going too much, it tends to just slip, it feels like. Here we go, out on the rocks, the actual rocks, it's doing a good job here. Oh. It's got a great approach angle on it, just like the Ascent-32, feels just like it. Oh, man, I think I can find a different route there. Oh. I just want to get over this obstacle. Come on, little truck. Hey, we did it. Nice. That was pretty gnarly. Battling with that fern. Final thoughts on the Ascent-32 here. This is really cool because now in a segment that didn't really exist, we now have 2 big players in the micro-sized hobby grade RC crawler segment. Now what Redcat set out to do with this truck was to build a great beginner's truck, something that would be a low cost of entry and bridge the gap between toy grade and hobby grade. And I think this is going to be a great way to onboard more people into the hobby, which I am always a proponent of. The low cost of entry at $79.99 is going to make this appealing for folks to buy for their first crawler or to gift it to somebody else. So I can really see this being a good gateway drug to get into more of the larger scales, more of the performance focused hobby grade RC crawlers out there. Some critical feedback on my end are the friction damp shocks, the bounciness from the shocks and kind of the rattling of the Lexan body do make it feel more like a toy grade truck than a real hobby grade RC crawler. The power delivery is going to drive me crazy. This thing desperately needs a lower gear ratio in it. A lower ratio and better crawling in this, I think, would totally transform the driving experience. There's also not a lot of innovation here. It is really just a carbon copy for the most part of the Ascent-32, just scaled down in a much smaller package, which I guess in and of itself is pretty innovative. Redcat took what worked in the larger scale, in the 18th scale, and just made a smaller version of it. So that may be a pro, it may be a con, because that platform is excellent and it does work in this smaller scale form. So overall, I think Redcat has made a fun and affordable little truck here that serves that purpose to bridge the gap between toy grade and hobby grade, like I was saying earlier. But definitely curious to hear your guys' thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of this new Redcat here? I will put a link in the description on where you can order one of these up for yourselves, and they should be hitting shelves soon at your local hobby shop. But as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.